Hello?
Welcome to Next Level Thoughts Podcast. I'm here with Andy Van again.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure.
For both of us, actually. I don't think either of us are happy with me being here.
But we're going to start right at the beginning because before we started filming, we did a bet on how big my rug was in the living room.
I'm looking for a rug, and I need to know general sizes. And this rug looks like it's a little bit too big for my living room, so I wanted to bet how long the length and the width of it.
Yeah, and he guessed 6 feet 9 inches. I was 7 feet 11.
Yeah, he guessed 7'11". I went with 69.
And what did the loser have on each one?
Okay, so I wanted him to take an edible for this podcast because the only way I can do this podcast is not sober. So I took an edible before this.
That's fair.
And so I wanted him to partake, and he wouldn't do it. So I said, if I'm closer to the actual measurements of this rug, you got to take it. Not even a fucking half edible.
Which I don't do edibles. Because I don't smoke weed or do edibles. But I would have if I lost. So what happened?
Yeah. Oh, I lost. It was 8 by 11, right? The rug is 8 by 11. It's a good size rug. I really like it. I'm probably gonna go with a 7 by 9. Not that it matters.
Yeah.
Because now I have to.
But what really matters is that he lost, and on his terms, if he lost, we have to start a podcast together.
Yeah, 10 episodes. I stupidly said.
Yeah, I would have been fine with one for real.
God damn it. I said, well, I thought that would be a fair, because it's like, it's kind of shit. Well, here's the thing, the reason why I don't want to do a podcast in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Because if I do something, I always think like, it has to be really good. And I don't think I'm ready to do a really good podcast right now. Like, I don't think I can add to all the podcasts I have. I can't contribute in the way I think I should contribute.
I totally agree with you. Just everything you said, I agree.
Yeah, so that's why I don't want to do it. I think it's a waste of time because we're not actually contributing anything to the world.
Yeah.
We're just shooting. No one needs to listen to another conversation. Right now, this is boring as fuck. We're on a podcast talking about another podcast.
That hasn't been made yet.
Yeah. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to make that podcast and talk about future project, and no one's going to want that.
Yeah, dude.
It's a waste of space and time. We're just wasting people's time.
We can do a theme to that. I would say, again, we'll both decide what we want to do, because it's 10 episodes, whatever we want. But this one, obviously, is more free form. We can talk about whatever.
Yeah,
but that one,
we'll have structure.
We can have, if we want to
You're not a fan of structure.
No, I don't mind structure. Even if we do, things and be like, oh, Patrick, for this episode, you take an edible.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing, an episode where I take an edible. An episode, whatever we want.
Yeah.
I don't mind
and
one
Patrick,
drunk
in this episode, you cheat on your girlfriend with a stripper.
Yeah.
That's just a spitballing.
Yeah, just random. We're going to cut this part out.
How's Monica doing?
Yeah, we're going to cut this part out. Baby, there's no strip clubs even open right now.
Yeah, which is why they're making house calls.
No, look at. She's Latina and she's a Gemini, bro.
She's Latina?
Latina, and she crazy. And she's a Gemini.
Yeah,
that's just not. That means
you never cared about that shit before.
That
you
means
met her.
this
before
right
you
now,
met her. That astrology shit was never uttered from your mouth.
You know what? That's fair, except the Latin part. Yeah.
The Latin part. Well, yeah. Both of us.
Gemini. Nah. Yeah. I heard they were crazy. I'd seen posts about it, but I never really got into it. And
I've heard I can make up anything. You know what?
That's
Virgos. I hear they're fucking wild.
So I my theory on it.
Big dicks.
My theory. Oh, that's true.
What about Sagittarius? No, your birthday is in well, yeah, you are in this conversation too.
Yeah, thank you. No, I don't believe any of the all the signs and everything. Everyone's like, oh, I feel like you can say anything.
Yeah.
And anyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, I am that.
The only signs I believe is the Mel Gibson movie signs. That's the only signs I believe. So stupid. Don't laugh at that.
I'm thinking of the movie because it was really shitty when it came out in my mind.
Signs?
Yeah,
I didn't like it that much either. Yeah. That was stupid. Yeah.
But everyone. It was a weird mix and people loved it or thought it was very...
Yeah, people liked it a lot.
And then I thought it was terrible.
I didn't like it that much either. M. Night Shyamalan movies, generally speaking, other than The Sixth Sense and maybe Unbreakable. I haven't seen Unbreakable, but I always
Have you really not?
I always tell people, I saw it a long time. I've never seen it.
You've never seen Unbreakable?
It's just easier to have a conversation when someone is super into Unbreakable and they're like, have you seen Unbreakable?
And then instead of... you being like, no, then have to explain it.
Yeah.
And you can just, go ahead, yeah. And then they just
that was so good.
Yeah.
Samuel Bruce Willis, good movie. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
He
Philadelphia.
He did the movie Split, that one?
Yeah, I think it's
good.
related to Unbreakable.
It is.
Okay, but have you seen Unbreakable?
Yeah. I've seen
No, you haven't seen
the train
Unbreakable.
movie.
Oh, okay, huh?
The train movie.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid. but this is the truth. This is the truth.
You piece of shit. That's my lie. You can't use my lie.
You know what's funny, actually? Because that actually is true, but now I'm doubting if I've seen the movie.
You piece of lying piece of shit. You have not seen it. You haven't even seen it. Do you even know what M. Night Shyamalan is?
Yeah, he made the movie, the Devil,
Split.
the elevator one. Have you seen that one?
Devil?
It's called Devil or Elevator. I don't know which. It's one or the other.
It's either called Devil or Elevator. The movie it's either called Escalator or Satan. I'm not sure which one.
The one they're in the elevator.
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, okay.
I've only seen of the M. Night Shyamalan movies. I've seen it's The Sixth Sense, The Village, which I actually like The Village. It's not popular opinion. Mm-hmm. And then The Last Airbender, which was terrible, which was absolutely.
That was the worst movie. I walked out.
You walked
One
out?
of the only 2 movies in my life I've walked out on.
Yeah.
Was the Airbender movie, and was it Giggly, the one with J-Lo. Geely.
Yeah. Jiggly.
That's how much I didn't care about.
You know, Brad Pitt, Jennifer Lopez, they're clowns. They go.
Ben Affleck.
Giggly, jiggly. Who was it I say?
He said Brad.
Brad Pitt? What did I say? I don't know.
He said Brad
What
Pitt.
about?
Yeah. That's
Give it a second. Cut here.
Yeah, I'll insert it. No, I'm not going to do any edits.
Is it because you're lazy or because you want to be freeform? It's because you're lazy.
It's a laziness.
It's
the only one I had.
It's not an artistic choice.
No, the only one I had to edit and it was really annoying was with Hugo because the camera, I didn't have enough memory, so I had to like redo the audio, like edit in the middle. So it's like if you go to YouTube, it's a 15-minute blackout screen.
I've seen 3 episodes of your podcast.
That's more than
the first two, and then mine, and then after mine, I'm like, I'm good.
You did the third one, right?
I think it was the third. I don't remember. Whatever episodes leading up to mine, I watched. And
that's fair. My mom watches all, and then she'll give me notes.
Oh, really?
She'll watch them, and then she'll be like, "Mijo." She was just legit that when that one girl was on here, she was like, "Oh, she was crazy." Like, that's all she kept saying. She's like, "Mijo, when you talk, you put your hand here a lot. You're like, move your hand. Sit, posture up. Sit straight."
My mom hella gives me notes in comedy too. But they're so specific. That's really funny. I hella relate to that, man.
Yeah, it's very...
What other notes has she given you?
So it was one recently. Fuck, it was one, but I remember thinking like, oh, you don't know. Like, it's not your...
Yeah. What the hell? It's a really good note too, but you're just in denial. She's like...
Maybe.
She's like, Mijo, like, when you say your punchlines, you rush through them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Mijo, please, you're rushing to your punchlines.
Mijo, you have to commit to your punchlines. You have to commit to your jokes.
You're doing 4, you only need 3. It's a rule of 3, Mijo, please.
Mom, you don't know what you're talking about.
No, I don't know. She's an expert.
Just everything in that accent. Mom, you don't know what you're talking about.
She teaches at Second City. She's just like really good.
Oh. We got so far away from the topic of like we went from like rugs to the
Mijo,
podcast.
you're a storytelling comic, not an observation comic. Ay, Dios. Mijo, por favor, just stick to the stories. Las historias, mijo.
Las historias?
That's the stories? I don't know. The story? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what his story. I just assume.
I don't know if that's even that.
I don't either. Let me make fun of your mom.
That's
let me make fun of your mom. Just shut the fuck up.
Let me make fun of your mom.
Mijo, let me make fun of your
She's not
mom.
gonna like this part.
She's not gonna like it. I'm so sorry.
You're that eight? No, she liked your episode. She thought you were funny.
But you didn't.
No, she liked.
And you were like, you don't know shit, mom.
But he was really funny. You guys should start a podcast.
God damn it! God damn it!
Oh,
well,
man.
what else? I mean, any other good notes?
I forgot what the notes were. Just one of them I thought. I was like, oh, he just like that's not. I think it was a technical, like a lighting or something too. I forgot what it was, but something where I'm like, oh, like no.
My mom would say shit like, do you have to be so vulgar? And she goes, can you not tell everyone I'm racist?
That's a good note.
I'm like, no, you are. She's, I'm not racist, okay? She will go, I'm not racist, okay? It's just when I hire people, I prefer Vietnamese. No, just kidding. She gets so mad at me. Like, that's not true. That's not true either.
That's probably true. You can say if it's true.
It's not. Well, it's not true because my mom is. She complains about Vietnamese people just as much as she prefers it. Like I thought
she had to hire someone. It would be Vietnamese. Just because
I don't think so.
That's because you can
Maybe I think it's a little. I don't know. I think that I don't think she has preferences at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I think she does. If they somehow revealed they were Catholic, I think she might. No matter what race, like she's very I only say this because growing up she would always be like, make sure you not marry a Vietnamese Catholic girl. And then as I got older, I thought she would hold on to the Vietnamese part, but she doesn't. She holds on to she's like she didn't have to be Vietnamese, just marry a Catholic girl.
Really?
Yeah, and now she's like, as long as she kind of believes in God, that's all I need.
If she's spiritual, we're okay.
Yeah, she's. There's any girl that's not a heathen. If you could just do that for me, please.
If she kind of believes in God.
If she's flirted with the idea of a higher being, marry her. Marry her.
Mine's the opposite because my mom, again, was want to be a Hispanic Christian.
Mm-hmm. Like she wanted to be Hispanic.
No, she wanted
to be the Hispanic part down.
She's like, I want you to date, and she'd always want me to date a Latina, but also Christian.
Yeah.
And now
Christian.
Yeah, okay. Christian. But now, the Christian part, she's like, I don't care.
Okay.
She's like, I prefer a Latin girl because I've dated mainly white girls.
Oh really?
So she's like, I just want just a Latin girl and this, and the Christian part she kind of gave up on. Yeah. She's like, you're not really that type. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
But the Latin part, she's holding on pretty strong.
Yeah. Has she met your current girlfriend?
Yeah, well, we FaceTimed her a few times, but she hasn't met.
While you were drunk?
No, once when we were drunk.
You're notoriously a terrible drunk.
I know.
FaceTimer.
I know.
You're really bad. And you got me to start doing it.
I know, because we did your friends Shauna and...
Mary.
Shout
out Shauna and Mary.
Yeah, they're not going to watch this.
I hope not. Shauna and Mary, if you're at this point, I apologize.
Yeah, we're so sorry.
For having to do this, for being obligated to be my friend. I know this is tough, and I'm just I would not be mad if you shut it off now.
But before you shut it off, I have to tell them something.
Right now. Thank you.
I feel like I'm part of that group.
They're not part of the group. You're not. I don't. The harder you try to be part of the group, the further it takes me away from the group. They're not.
And that makes me happy, so that's fine.
It's a win-win for you.
If that works
Either you're in the group or you're not. Either way, I'm not, and that means that.
Yeah. You know where I got what I used to drunk call a lot was, I guess in the Army, because at that time, it would be, I was in Korea or Germany, like, it was a different time zone, so whatever we were out there, it was always like daytime for people, like back home in Chicago, whatever. So that's when I got started. Me and my friend Brinson would do that all the time. We would like drink like half a bottle for a pregame.
At night?
Yeah, well, pregame, like before we went out to Germany club, or we would pregame in his room, drink, have like videos on, and we'll start calling people. Yeah. And I guess I got that habit from that because I just did that. And
they were awake in the daytime.
And I always think like people just want to talk to me when I'm drunk. It's not true at all.
People don't want to talk to you when you're sober.
Yeah.
This is annoying.
I forced you to be here.
Hey,
do you want to go on a hike? Yeah, come over. All right. Everything's set up.
So we're recording. Speeding.
The best part is that you have to come here for sure 10 more times.
No, we can make the podcast in my place.
No, we can't. You don't have a wallpaper thing, Majid.
I know. I don't need a wallpaper. Do I need a wallpaper?
I think it'll be easier to set up. I think the easiest setup would be to go buy a new, like, whatever background and just do it right here. That way it's like, it'll look different. But you do have a fucking really nice apartment. He became very bougie.
I did. Well, here's what happened. I'm rich now.
There's no way else, baby. I'm rich now. Hey, I have a question.
And I don't care what you say about me anymore.
Question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, where do you buy your soap from?
Okay, I went to Bath and Body Works one time. Okay, I didn't buy soap. I actually went on Amazon and bought the soap because they don't have Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works. They don't Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works.
Isn't it Bed Bath and Beyond?
Those are two different places.
Okay.
Bed Bath and Beyond is more of like a department store for home.
And then Bath and Body Works is.
It's just smells, I guess. But, well, I mean, it's in the name. Yeah. It's like stuff you could put in your bath or your body to make it work, I guess. Make it work.
So you get your stuff from there instead of going to Target?
I have maybe once or twice bought something from there. Yeah. But I went there because I needed like hand sanitizer for my car, like small ones. That's a different story. That's not interesting also. And this is not an interesting story. But I'm going to finish it because
of course.
I wanted to refill my soap dispensers. but they don't do.
Yeah, you're right. It's not that interesting.
They don't do large portions. Bath and Body Works. They don't, and and that's why I will never go back to Bath and Body Works. Except they said in June they're gonna have that $1 per bottle. Yeah, I'm gonna.
You did. I will tell you, you did throw me off when I called you and I was like, I'm at the gallery. I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm at Target. Like
it's like right down. Like I have passed by Target on the way to Bath and Body Works.
And weirdly enough, we both were buying soap because I legit bought hand soap and
It's such a crazy coincidence that has zero value to it. It's only interesting to us.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
No one.
Zero interest in it.
No one. No one.
Oh my God, we're at the gallery at the same time. Both buying. Dude, what are the chances? Oh my God, that's crazy.
And everyone's like.
Anyone it's only your mom.
It's
only your mom watching.
Everyone, go back to the podcast stuff.
This is the podcast. This is the extent of the podcast. The new podcast.
I hear about the new podcast.
Under Duress with Jara and Van.
Oh, I didn't think about our last names like that.
Andy and Patrick.
I don't like that.
Andy and Patrick Jara.
Patrick and Jara.
Patrick and Jara. I don't have.
I meant to say Patrick and Andy.
Patrick and Andy.
I don't know what name it would be.
I think Under Duress with Patrick and Andy. That
sounds
sounds rapey, actually. That is not a good name for
Under Duress with Patrick.
Oh God, that sounds I
can't.
Like that. That's too rapey.
I know it's very. I don't know how we talked about
rapey
vibes twice when you've been here.
Really?
Every time you've been here.
Every time I'm here, we talk about rape.
The last time you were on here, like within maybe 5 minutes, the first thing you said, I got you to take off your hat.
Yeah.
You took off your hat. And you were like, you don't have to do that now, please. No, you take it off and you're like, dude, you talked me into it. You're like, you'd be really good, like, if you're a photographer, you'd be like really good at like getting girls to like take off the clothes when they don't watch. I'm like, dude,
you really give off those sleazy photographer vibes. Like, new to LA models coming in. I'm repeating the joke. I'm sure. I don't remember it, but I'm sure.
That's how we started it. Yeah. So twice now.
Okay.
That's what I pointed out.
Okay.
Where were we?
Under Duress, which is not a good I know, I hear it now.
Yeah.
Not a good name. Even though the point is I don't want to be there, but I'm there. So it is kind of like coercion. But not...
But I promise you, on one of them, I'll smoke weed. Okay. Or no. Edibles for sure.
Okay.
Maybe smoke weed one episode.
Okay.
One episode, we have to do a drunk episode.
Yeah. I did Jared's podcast pretty drunk.
But I was like, well, you guys wrestled afterwards.
Yeah. Is it me? I think that's me.
It has to be you.
Yeah.
I haven't wrestled drunk. Actually, I have with Richie and Amanda and all them. We got drunk one night. We all wrestled, like, just MMA stuff.
The 3 of you guys?
No, like, E.N.J.O.Y. We're all, like, just randomly like, this is an arm bar. This is how you do this. We just started doing moves. I don't know why.
That's pretty random.
That's
cool. I would love to not engage, but watch that. No, I don't even want to watch it. I don't. Actually, second thought, I don't want to be there. This is the first time I think, like, oh, it's a cool experience. I'm glad you told me instead of showing me.
That's fair. So I think it's partly you, but also, like I feel like when people watch like the fight this weekend, if we were to like get drunk and watch it, like you have that you have that fucking like when I watch it at bars, every time there's always fights around the bar.
Yeah.
Because people start getting built up and they're like, dude, I want to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Which is no bueno.
Yeah. People are always worried, like there's that copycat fear with like violence in video games for kids.
Oh.
And people are like, oh, kids play violent video games. That's what's leading to all these school shootings. And every scientific study has debunked that, right? It's like violent video games don't lead to more crime, or like school shootings, right? Where I was going with this is,
I'm very curious where. Unless you're gonna just plug in your like, I have a new school shooting bit. I gotta run this bit.
I know. There's not a bit. It's like but people worry about the kids because as adults, I think that we actually have that fear, right? Like. We have that fear for kids because we're afraid we can totally see ourselves doing it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, I can totally see myself being influenced.
So then you're like, so you like just assume that's the way
Yeah, we assume that's how kids...
Because
we think we're impressionable. It's like a reflection, like we're like, oh my God, people are so impressionable. Our kids are the most impressionable. And the kids are impressionable, but I don't think kids have that innate desire to murder.
No.
You know what I mean? Kids generally don't have that desire. They like playing. So. It's kind of funny in video games, but not like kids. As a kid, I don't think most kids have that. So I don't think we should. I think anyone who says that violent video games leads to like more school shootings is more a reflection on their insecurities about the human nature.
Well, that's very deep for the first for the 20-minute mark of this podcast. It's a very deep statement.
I don't know if that's. I don't know. I mean,
he's like, I have no facts to back this up.
So one of us took an edible before this.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, that makes so much sense. I forgot you took an edible. I totally forgot.
This is me just fucking normal.
I like swear to you, I forgot you took an edible. I'm like, he's going on this thing for real.
I don't even know the point of it.
I don't think anyone does.
We're talking about.
Oh, I had a follow-up thing. Oh, speaking of things that are serious, we'll come back to the school shootings. You released a poem recently.
Oh, yeah, it's a spoken word piece. But sure, a poem is fine.
You got so mad. You know, I have a spoken word thing on my video that night you were drunk. I have one of you. Like,
it's probably that.
I think it's probably.
Yeah. Well, I reworked it and redid it. It's pretty much. I mean, we're gonna go real serious, I guess. Asians are getting beat up.
Hold on, dude, you can't just.
Asians are getting beat up, Patrick.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
We're getting, our elderly. I started off with those kind of news stories where like old people were getting attacked.
Because I just. Alright, for real.
Yeah. So I wrote a poem about that. No, it's serious. It's serious.
I know, but it's not.
But the thing is, like, I'm instinctively a comedian first, right?
Yeah.
So I do have. I mean, I'm not a comedian. I'm like a writer probably first. But the writing I do isn't always serious, right? It's like kind of like I have a comedic voice that I like to use, and so sometimes I used to do spoken word in college, and I haven't done it in a while. And I wrote this. We're triggered a lot of times by our emotions, right? That's why we do art. That's why comedians. You're done with this.
No. I was looking down like that to make sure.
Yeah. That's why a lot of comedians are sometimes depressed, right? Like they want to create something that they can engage in as well, and they're triggered by their own emotions to fight.
Do you think
to
you'll
fight
ever
their demons.
do like a spoken word thing in like an open mic?
I have done it before. Yeah.
Recently?
Not recently. It was kind of like when I first started out, trying different styles. I wrote like a funny.
That was my next question. I was gonna ask if you had like a.
It was a funny poem. Yeah. It's yeah.
Because my comic friend Kells does both.
I'm doing his show.
You know Kells?
I'm doing his Zoom show.
Oh really?
It's a spoken word comedy show.
Yeah, he's you don't know him. Well, you know Amanda. You met Amanda through moving. Amanda, she gave you the whatever furniture or whatever. Amanda.
Oh yeah, Amanda's great.
So like Richie and Amanda, she worked here at the cell phone store or whatever in the Galleria. She worked with Kells.
Oh shit!
So that's how I met Kells. I told her, man, I'm doing stand up, and then this guy at my job does stand up. So I went, I met Kells, and
he started hosting at Flappers.
Yeah. With Kells.
Yeah, Barksdale.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And legit, I met him there, and he was already been in it for like 10 years, and I just started.
Yeah, he's good.
He gave me advice. He was really nice, and we did a show together like a year after I finally was decent. And yeah, he was here, and I met him through Amanda, through the.
That's really interesting. That's a real coincidence, right? I actually saw him about a month ago. I was visiting my friend who like works near UCLA, essentially in that area, and we just grabbed dinner. We went to this like to-go place, and I was like probably talking shit or something, and then some guy's next to me laughing, and I'm like, and he goes, "You're a comedian, right?" I'm like, I thought. Am I so funny? This guy is next to. My first thought was like, "Wow, I'm so good,"
which is very conceited.
Yeah, incredibly, not just a
was that funny?
I didn't question it. I didn't go. Yeah, I thought I was so funny. This guy's just ordering food. It's like, oh man. There's no way this guy just does this for fun. This is a trained jokester right here. Like that's how good I thought it was.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're a comedian." I'm like, "Yeah." Proud of as fuck myself. He goes, "Hey man, it's Kells. I don't really remember me. Like I think I've seen you around on some shows." I'm like, "Oh shit." He hosted this mic, and he was hosting and he would do some spoken word and some comedy in between. And he's good at both, right? He's great, really funny guy. And we're just shooting this shit, talking about comedy. He's up in NorCal right now.
That's where it was.
He's visiting in LA. And so I was like, dude, I'm down to do like any of your shows. He produces shows. I'm like, let's get on that. I can do spoken word or stand up. I said, right? Like I'm just trying to get out there.
And you're gonna do both?
No, I'm probably just gonna do stand up. I don't mind doing a spoken word, but I think he asked me to do stand up. So.
Were you nervous putting that out, the poem, or spoken word?
No, it's fine. Poem is fine. It is a poem. It is 100% a poem. It's.
I just know. Do people like get mad if you just say the wrong word in that? Do people get
it's
upset?
like with comedians when your mom goes, "Oh, put that in your sketch."
Okay, so then if you just spoken word and you're doing your poem tonight? Well, that's kind of similar to like you're like, it's not a poem.
It's like, Mom, it's not a poem, okay?
Spoken word.
It's a piece.
It's from my heart.
It's a piece that I'm doing that I'm gonna help you experience. That sounds.
That's fair. But you were nervous to put it out. And I did listen to the whole thing. I was like, started off and I was like,
it's not funny.
I'll listen to Andy. I thought I was waiting for a punchline. It's not. It's a serious one. Which I was gonna
you
comment.
You have to pause and. Oh, it's a serious one. Unpause. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, that's one. No, I did watch the whole thing, and it was really well written out, and then the whole I'm supposed to be a comedian and all that. You did very well, and I really wanted to comment, be like, hey, you're that Mulan guy. But it was so serious.
Yeah.
Or would it say, hey, do that Mulan thing or something. I think
it would have been funny. I wouldn't have minded.
I know, but for sure someone would be like all that like great piece wrote.
Let them learn to tell the difference between jokes.
I know, and I legit was going to, and I did it, but in my mind I'm like, I have to tell them when I see them.
That's so funny.
I was gonna do that, but it was such a serious.
You know what would be really funny is I would have laughed, but then I would have publicly acted really serious. It's like, hey Patrick, this is not really like a funny post. Obviously, I think you should kind of respect what's going on.
See, I could even if you wrote that. I right away.
You would know I'm joking.
Yeah, I right away. If I did that and you wrote that like Patrick Farrell, like there's actually like a really important piece to my life and my family. Right away, I would know.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, oh, it's okay.
And then I would just do something. I would double down and say something even worse.
Yeah.
For sure would have, because there's no way.
People would have just looked like they would be like, I'm commenting. Is this the same guy? He seems really insensitive to. I wish. Oh man, that's so funny. That's not a good prank. People get really upset.
So how much time did you put? Did you memorize it or you read it off? You read it off the thing, right?
I wrote it out and then I spent time to memorize it.
Okay.
And then I actually shot a different video of it before, but I thought it was too. I was like wearing like an American American flag tank top.
And you thought that would take away from it, or like?
I didn't want it to be distracting. I just wanted the words to speak for themselves. And after I'd made like a little, not even a great production, just like you know what, I'll do that. I'll dye my bathtub red, like blood, like people are dying on these streets. And I did it, and I was like, damn, that's bad. I asked some people, like, oh man, it's a great rhythm. The setting may be a little bit distracting. Okay, it's bad.
You say it's bad, bro. It's cool.
Yeah, it's bad. It's tacky. It was tacky.
But the second time you filmed it, you liked it. And after you filmed it, would you have any like? Because something like that, I would think, especially being comics, like something serious like that, you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna put it out. Even after you film it, and you're like, it looks good, and you have it there, you're like. Was there any thought of like after you had it perfect, like I'm not gonna put it out?
No.
You were dead set.
I was dead set on doing it from the top. I just think that we have to speak our piece. If we have an issue with something, we gotta speak out. We do, and I'm not the best at like organizing like protests or like even like organizing rooms for discussions and like all that shit. There's a lot of things going down in the Asian American community that's really good, and people whose like organizational skills are their strengths are organizing these talks, these conversations, mobilizing, taking action, like putting forth like nonprofits or like maybe requesting legislation out of our, there's these amazing Asian American activists, right? I'm not that.
Yeah.
My strength is not that. I could do it. Like I could do anything, right? I could
do it. You have money to do it.
I'm so rich. I'm just incredibly. I'm too rich. I'm too rich to do it.
The theme of the podcast is you can be too rich.
So rich. Look at my shoes. Look at my shoes. These are new shoes. Look how fucked up and dirty I just got them.
Are they really?
The bottoms are scuffed. I just don't take care of shoes right now.
I'm barefoot.
Yeah. I should. I like these shoes. I don't know. I like these shoes. These are one of my favorite shoes I've ever bought. Personally, I've never spent more than $40 on shoes in my life.
40? How much are those?
These are $120.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're really nice, but damn, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I used to spend like that much on like, I don't know, like Jordans.
Condoms every week.
Yeah.
I just constantly. That's
That's just what I do, man.
Yeah.
That's my life, bro.
Just constantly buying condoms, man.
Yeah, that's all I do, man.
Yeah.
No, Jordans or anything like. Just, I guess it was more Chicago.
Jordans they're hella pricey now.
Yeah.
Like,
it was really dumb for me to buy. In high school, I'd buy like just a fucking over $100 shoes almost every time, and I didn't even know. I'm just like, well, everyone's getting them.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
My parents would never let me do that shit. I once asked their money. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. I was my first girlfriend. I had some money, but I needed some money to buy her a necklace for Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. So I asked my parents like a fucking dweeb. I mean, looking back, now obviously I would never ask my parents for that. But at the time, I'm like, well, I want to make this girl. She's so pretty. Pretty. Yeah, they're so pretty. And we were together, and I was like, I gotta impress her, I guess. And I thought a necklace would, and it did. It was cute, I guess. But I'm so bad at buying gifts for girlfriends, bro.
What's the best?
Like every time I buy a gift for your girlfriend, she hates it. She really is not happy with it. She's just like, you have a good personality.
You're really funny.
Thank God you're really funny.
What's the worst or the best gift and the worst gift you got in girlfriend?
The worst gift, I went to London and got a girl I was dating a dress. There was like a tear in it.
You went to London?
I was in London with my family, and I was like, I should get her something from London. I know. Let's go to H&M and buy her a dress.
A dress?
I got her like a little.
See, that's a risky thing, cause like I feel like a dress is something so, like it may be too big, too small, the way it fits, and you don't know how if they'll like it.
Yeah, of course it's questionable. That's why it's the worst gift I've ever given, bro.
You can't even like, hey, go return it. Yeah, just go to London.
I had to go back to London to return. The lady was like, "You want a gift certificate?" I'm like, "Yeah, give me the gift certificate."
What did she say about it? Actually, squash that. Did she ever wear it?
Never. I never saw her wear it. She's like, "Oh my god, thank you so much. The idea is so good." Or some shit like that. Some nice thing.
It's very thoughtful.
So my god, it's worth it. I really appreciate it. And I was like, why are you so nice to me right now? We're mean to each other. That's how I knew I fucked up.
What's the best gift?
The best gift a girlfriend's ever given me?
No.
Anyone? I've given?
Yeah.
I ate your mom's pussy on her birthday. I can't stop. I guess now that I know your mom's watching this, I have to be really vulgar. It's fucked up.
That's so funny because she's so thrown. She's been watching. She's like, "Oh yeah, Andy's pretty cool." Oh, it's also Mio.
The lighting, Mio.
The lighting. I think it was the lighting. I forgot what she commented on, but in my mind,
she might be right.
I think now that I'm being honest with myself, I think you were right.
Yeah.
That she was right, and I was just more offended. Like
you don't know. But she was probably.
What do you mean the lighting?
You don't know. What do you know about lighting?
What do you mean the production value is not great, Mom? I don't know. Now that I know, that's probably it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think that was it.
Miho, you need another tag for that joke.
You need another tag.
Just one more tag. Something almost. It's almost there.
It's right there, Miho.
You can try to sell it, Miho, but without that tag, it's not gonna take off. It's not a bad joke. We laugh, but we can really. There's more.
You can really get them,
Miho. Miho, listen to the crowd, Miho.
That would be the best kid. Just like a mom with that actually giving you advice. Like, Miho, you listen to the crowd. Miho, just commit, Miho, right there.
Commit, Miho. If you don't like it, how are they gonna like it? Come on.
If you don't like it, Miho, how are they gonna like it, Miho?
Miho, I'll be honest, Miho. You look very comfortable up there. It's brave even to go up there. She's being different.
Give me the best advice in the fucking accent, dude. I can't.
It's like, Mom, you don't know anything. Mom, come on.
You don't know what you're talking about.
It's comedy and Mom is stand up. Come on.
Come on.
Again, we went back to that twice. I suspect it's not the last time.
It's so funny for me. Yeah. I laugh at dumb shit though too. I cried laughing. You played Rocket League, right? This is way off topic.
No, Rocket League is really good. I'm just.
You know, like the boosts all around the map or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was playing with my friends, and it was a 4-on-3. So we had 4 people, but they had 3. We were like, whatever, we're just playing for fun.
Yeah.
And then my friend Mike is like, All right, well, you know what? We have 4 people. I'm just gonna drive around and take all the booze.
That's fine. No, because you didn't need to. You just did it because you didn't need it.
The whole game, I'm looking and he's just driving around. And then I hear the other team like, where the fuck's my booze? And then the combination of that, dude, I just started fucking crying so much.
Because you knew what was happening.
Because he told me what was happening. And I just look at every time he's just driving
the other team. Can you actually hear the other team talking?
I know, when we were on a part, like, we can hear it, but like, he said it and kind of like, no one really like thought he was gonna do it. And then I was at the goalie playing defense, and I saw him drive around full boost all the way around the map, and then everyone else had no boost. And dude, it was so like dumb shit like that. I would like, I don't know, I just laugh at dumb shit.
It's like childish. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's
I think
so
something.
it doesn't need to happen.
Yeah,
so unnecessary.
Something childish and dumb like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how our podcast is gonna be. Childish, dumb stuff.
Why do people always want to be my friend? I just want to keep them as my comedy friend.
That's my comedy.
Yeah, you're just my comedy friend.
You know what? You know when that really happened? No, I really did suck.
You were really mad. I
wasn't even mad.
What were we talking about? You were asking me to hang out?
Oh, I can recall it very perfectly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we asked him to hang out, go drinking one day. I forgot what it was, and you were just like, I'm hanging out that person that day, and honestly, let's just do an open mic. I hit you up an open mic next week. Like, you're my comedy fan. Let's just keep like that. Kind of like you're my comedy fan. I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. I was clearly joking.
But at the time, really, you know what?
I developed this friendship just to prove that I was joking, but I was serious at the time. Like, I went this whole time, we just hang out once a week, just stay over, talk about your relationship, everything. All like our actual relationship. It's only to prove I'm a real friend, even though I was actually thinking you were a comic friend at the time. I was trying to prove to you.
Yep, that would suck. That's
Yeah, that would be really awkward. What kind of sociopath would be capable of that? Right? It's crazy.
Just stay at the camera like, not me. No. I feel like we're decent friends. we're decent.
No.
We're decent to start a podcast.
No, but we're friends, right?
Seriously though, I don't want to like think about this later. Like, just stay in front of the camera.
To everybody.
Just say to her, they're friends.
Patrick and I are comedy friends. We're very good comedy
The
friends.
only thing I'm ever going to edit out is just...
the comedy
Patrick and I are beep friends.
Good fuck. I cussed as a fucking good friend.
Yeah. That's the only thing I'm ever going to edit into my podcast.
Is there still battery?
I don't know. I'll check it. It might be out.
I need some water too.
Oh my god, my legs. Yes. There is battery.
Okay.
You can bring your water here.
Okay. How can you tell?
Oh my god, my legs. It's still recording. If it wouldn't, it'll pop up and come up and it'll say not enough storage and it'll stop recording on its own. Oh my god.
You're not gonna cut this?
I legit just I cut it. Oh, maybe it was short. I legit twisted my ankle right now.
Oh really?
I swear to God.
You tweak it or you tweak it or
tweaked it? It was a little tweak. I went like that, but it was a little. That's not bad actually. No, it's good. It just felt weird.
This is like a shock, right?
Yeah, it was like a weird. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's probably like the nerves hitting that, tweaking a little bit, and then shooting up, and then overreacting because it triggers like a memory or some shit.
Yeah, well, this is one I broke like twice. So anything that happens on this ankle, my right one, I always feel like
extra.
I am fucked. And I think a lot of it's mental because sometimes, and I don't know if there's any like science behind this, but like if I know I'm gonna play basketball, like I'm playing basketball with Richie, I'm getting my ankle about getting everything ready, my ankle would just start hurting. I swear to God. I swear on everything. Like I didn't do a workout before. I'm fine the whole day. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ball up. Yeah. And on the way that it would just start hurting.
On the way they're just thinking about it.
Or here, but like just before it. Yeah. It would just start.
So
hurting.
you didn't even get a chance to pussy out. You know, in real time, you had to pussy out. Your body pushes out before you actually pussy out.
No, but then I get there and I'm like, before that, I'm like, alright, it's mental. Let's just play, and I play. But there's always, I'm not kidding. Like maybe now it's like a few minutes.
Phantom pussy out. Like it's like you don't even get the real pussy out experience.
It's a phantom pussy out.
Yeah, your body is scared of pussying out.
It thinks my ankle. I legit think like I didn't realize it till maybe like last year, and then I was like, why does my ankle hurt every time I think about like. I mean, if I'm at work long or whatever on my feet, it will hurt normally.
It's totally psychogenic or whatever.
And I think it might be. Cause I'm like, why does
That's
it
really
hurt?
interesting, though. That's really interesting.
Every time before, usually before basketball, hiking sometimes, but mainly
really?
basketball.
Hiking too?
Yeah.
I didn't know you went through that every time we went hiking, bro. I'm sorry. I should have been there. I should have listened.
Okay? Yeah.
I should have listened to you.
I should have been there for you, man.
I'm so sorry, man. You're my real friend. You know that, right?
As we were hiking, he made my ankle, man. Just
so shut the fuck up. Let's keep going. Every time, shut the fuck up.
It's just really tough. The terrain out here is really tough on my
fuck up,
my ankle.
We gotta keep the top. We're going to the top this time, you piece of shit. Let's take the hard route. I always ask to take the harder route.
Yeah, that's true. I am looking forward to doing like that. I don't think is it 6 miles?
I have no idea. I think it's gonna be 6 miles. I think it's gonna be. So every time, the last time we hiked all the way up, we reached what we thought was the top. It was a little bit more, but it wasn't a top. But there was a random guy walking barefoot.
Which, as you put, he's lived on the mountain.
Yeah, well, he's the mountain spirit.
And I first it was like a joke.
You were gonna make fun of him.
Yeah, I did.
You're like, oh my god, look at him, he's not wearing shoes.
He was barefoot.
He was barefoot, and he was literally picking rocks up with his toes.
Isn't it weird?
And putting it like what kind of
what I don't get.
It's like what foot is it? It's like a dinosaur's foot, right? To like top
he
down.
Would walk. I mean, we recorded it. You walk one step, he'll grab it, gravel or whatever dirt with his foot.
Yeah.
And he'll move it off to the side like this is my path.
Yeah. Or doing so is some kind of like meditation for him as he's.
But where you have to live there? You don't like live in Glendale. You don't have an apartment in Glendale and do that. There's no way. So you wake up in an apartment like here. Let me make eggs.
Let's go grab rocks.
Yeah, there's no way. You can cook eggs in the morning, have coffee. I'm gonna go pick up gravel with my feet.
Yeah.
And just go. He lives there for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, he's so I call him the spirit of the mountain because you were laughing at him, and I was like, don't laugh. He just have some respect. And also when it comes like he was Asian, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Or he could be Native American. He was
Asian.
He looked Hawaiian. Let's just say he looked Hawaiian.
He
looked Hawaiian as fuck.
Multiracial. What's the word?
Mixed race? Hapa?
No, the one that's good to be in Hollywood. Not biracial.
Mixed race?
Oh my god, no, there's a word when you're in Hollywood and you're like, no one knows.
Ethnically ambiguous?
Yeah, there it is.
He was ethnically ambiguous.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm smart. I'm like really smart.
Oh yeah, you're a smart guy. He's ethnically, but that's right. He was ethnically ambiguous. Yeah. That's a perfect word to describe it. Don't sell yourself short, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I am smart.
I don't know if you believe it, but that's okay. But that's okay.
I'm glad you said
as long
man.
as you say it, that's okay. Go, Patrick. He was ethnically ambiguous, spirit of the mountain. I was like, that's a mountain spirit. Don't make fun of him. And as we kept going, he just kept going. Well, yeah, you recorded him.
It's just very strange.
Yeah.
He was carrying an empty gallon of water.
Yeah.
Which means he was probably going down to get water.
Because he lives on top of the mountain and that's out of water.
Isn't that like the most logical thing you can think of? If I already think he lives up there, he walked down with an empty gallon of water, which means like that was his water for the week. That was his water for the week. Time to get more water.
Why does he need water? He's a spirit.
I don't know what it was, but
I don't know what the spirit world's rules are.
I really, really want to encounter him again when we go.
Yeah.
If I can see him again.
Didn't he called us something? He said, hello, sir, or good day, sir.
He said,
thank you, sir.
He said, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
No, he said, good day, sir. Something like that, sir. Remember, like, oh.
We don't know what he said. What if he just spoke in a crazy ancient language and we just understood?
We just were like.
We understood the feeling, but not the words.
I want to see him again. If we see him again, we have to talk to him.
Yeah.
And record it.
No, we don't have to record it. Can't we just have a real moment?
Let's have a real moment.
Not with each other, with him.
Yeah, with him. That's what I meant. Now I'll secretly record it on my phone. I'm sorry, I've had too many edibles. Has your edible hit you? How does edibles work? I mean, I know how it works, but like, what? If you take a little bit, how do you feel?
Less high than if I took more.
What?
Less high than if I had taken more.
But what is high, like? Because when I took it, I think I had way too much, and it was just like a whole, like, I was on a plane, I was like, what, like, what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I'm on the way up to that. I don't know if I'm gonna hit that level, but it's like I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And you can still function while you're high.
Yeah, I'm functioning now.
No, I meant like function.
Am I functioning? I'm not gonna drive. No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I don't drive high.
You don't drive high?
I only drive blackout drunk. That's the only time I can't drive unless I'm blackout drunk.
That's the only way to
That's
drive.
the only way to. It's like
this is the way.
It's muscle memory, right? You know, your instincts are better than your stupid brain.
We should make that argument like on Facebook, on Instagram or something.
We should pretend we're on different sides of the issue, but they're both bad takes.
We should.
Yeah. I'd be like, you can drive blackout drunk. It's like, no, you only drive buzzed. Because at least you're a little bit, it's all about moderation when it comes to drinking and driving. Drive, but, and I'll be like, no, blackout drunk is better because you don't think about it and you wake up.
Buzz is better because you're already impaired. You're already there. You're halfway there.
That's true. But think about it like this. Logically, if you're halfway there, being all the way there is better.
If you're buzzed and you drive longer, you have a longer period so you can get drunk a longer way there.
So by the end, you're blackout.
By the end, you're blackout drunk.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's the
if you're going to end up blackout drunk, why not start blackout drunk?
Because.
And then sober up by the end, because then maybe you got to take care of your kids.
Then you're.
your kids got, because your kids are, your half-month-old baby is still.
But when you're buzzed, you can enjoy it. Everything's all blurry when you're driving. You're like, oh, I can't see. But when you're blackout drunk, you don't remember that moment.
You see,
you don't remember the moment.
But you should. That's why you should save memories for the good times.
You can't remember the moment.
Driving is not a good time memory.
You can't remember.
There's no point in remembering driving.
If you're how many times have you been blackout drunk, been here and not remembered? That's boring. Oh, you know what happened.
Yeah.
But if you're buzzed and driving, you're like, whoa, and everything's blurry, and you're like, I can't see.
Yeah.
But you're enjoying the moment.
Yeah, you're not enjoying it. You
remember the moment.
You actually regret it more because you remember it more the next day. You feel guilty, but you're back on drunk. Like, well, at least I didn't die. That's good.
In every one of our podcast episodes, we should do one of those argue that point. I'll clip it and just have that.
Like a section of our show.
Yeah, just like a small 1 minute section of the show. We argue both of worst
Write
point.
that down. When you watch over this, write this down.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it right now, but this is an idea for
we can
Under Duress. Under Duress is not a good name. Under Duress is not a good name.
It's definitely not a good name. We'll come with the name, but it'll be something. But in a 1 minute, we'll just stop. All right, let's do a 1 minute argument. We'll have a topic written out. And we both
prepared.
Yeah, we just have that or just a topic. But no, it's better to do that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's better. And then we just for 1 minute, and then I just stop, and then we clip that, and then we just send it.
Yeah, that's good.
We post it.
That's good.
That'd be good because people are gonna be like, "Are they really? Really?"
Yeah. That's good.
That would be good. I like
really stupid arguments. We have to start believing it too.
Yeah, right now we're like, yeah, buzz is that.
But what if we did actual really stupid arguments?
We can do that.
What if we treated this like a fucking, a very just really dumbed down version of Crossfire?
What's Crossfire?
It's just CNN show, political talking head show.
I do remember that.
Where they debate shit.
Jon Stewart was on there, right?
Yes, he was.
He did a famous thing.
Yeah,
like a debate show, but
with the dumbest things. But we both have to take a side, and we ran you know how
I'm very good at that.
You know how Skip and Shannon are
oh my god,
we should do it like that. But they obviously ramp it up.
They ramp it up, and it's just really annoying.
Yeah. Well, we should do it with really stupid things. Instead of sports, we should do it with blue is better than black because blue,
I'll have a second word. That'd be cool.
That might be funny.
I like that. We'll have, but for something like that, we'd have to have the topic.
Yeah, we'll write down a list of topics.
Yeah, this is before
this versus this.
Then we'll
you know what? Is that already a thing? That's probably already a thing.
I mean, it'll be hard to make a podcast and have segments in it that already, don't exist. Someone like Mike Perkins of Review and Reviews and all that. You go to review, which is a clever idea. It's just hard to come up with something that hasn't been done already. So I'm thinking for sure that it's already there.
You know what we should do? We should just record a minute of reading a book. And now for a minute of reading. And it's for the kids.
Or we read the book?
No, we don't read it out loud. We just read silently on camera. A minute. No one's doing that. Who's doing that? No one's doing that.
Yeah. You know why? Hey, you want to know why they're not doing that? I feel like we should have challenges.
I think a minute of reading. How about a minute of reading a book? of reading a book out loud. Oh, we read to each other.
Reading
we'll switch off. Okay, dude, we should find our favorite.
That's my worst fear.
What, reading out loud?
You described my worst fear. You notice how I even backed up? I was like, you said it so fun. My worst fear of my whole life is reading out loud.
It's something I just want to do for fun.
It's reading out loud. And like popcorn reading was the scariest shit. In like high school or middle school, when we read out loud, whenever we went in order, when it was my turn, I would go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's why I hated reading out loud.
Yeah.
And that's why when popcorn reading came along, I just was like, no one better popcorn reading.
I will fight the bitch.
I
will fight the bitch if popcorn
I still don't even like it right now.
This bitch is gonna catch hands if I got a popcorn read.
I don't like reading out loud.
Oh, that's so fucking funny, bro.
I legit, I don't mind. I can do stand up in front. I can embarrass myself. I can bomb. I don't care. I can do that. But if I'm like just like,
is that the thing you're most insecure about?
No, it's up there.
You're insecure about your
my
reading ability?
It's not knowing the word.
You're insecure about your intelligence.
No, not even that. I'm just. Chicago schools aren't the best schools. Here's the most. Alright, so I'll put it this way. I'll give you a perfect example of what I don't like to do. If I'm on a TV show, like reading a script, like a table read.
You can't do a table read.
I would not. I would hate doing a table read cold, like a cold read, where we just get the script like, here you go.
You read it beforehand.
I would, even if we like, hey, we'll just read it there. No, I'm gonna memorize my shit, or at the very least, look at all my lines before to make sure I know that word, know that word, know that word.
Because you don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah, I would go through.
Has something happened to you where like a bunch of kids will laugh because you messed up a word?
I mean, a lot of that, but what I think what
happened a lot.
No, I mean I messed up. At one time, I told you I had a lisp in high school.
Okay, that makes complete sense, man.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember I was the only thing that sticks out to me, which wasn't that bad, but I was reading something out loud, and I was like, okay, yeah, and I was and the person was born in Mexico, but I said Mexico, like Mexico, and then my friends just made fun of that, or they made fun of that for like
3 years,
for like just like 12 years or something.
That's crazy, man. How something so like minuscule in your life becomes a huge part of your identity. Just something. That's huge.
Yeah.
When I was in 5th grade, they started calling me Squints. So, you think you got it bad, bro? Like Squints? Yeah, that was my nickname for like 3 years in middle school. Oh man, it's so funny. But I was like, these fucking assholes.
Squints.
Yeah.
I would say so. That would be one of the like top 3 of like insecurities of that. So if it's a table read, I would hate doing a table read code, like getting a script and like,
and I would hate being Asian in a group of white people. Like,
really?
No, I like it now because now for me it's like a game. Like I can show them how dope I am because I think I'm dope.
So that name doesn't affect, or not the name, but like that stereotype doesn't affect you.
What do you mean?
Squints is because of your eyes, right?
Yeah. So I've always been like told I'm not like I've always been like put aside for being Asian. You know what I mean? Like being super Asian-y, I guess. Which I never thought I was. You know what I mean?
You look very Asian-y.
Yeah.
But because of the way you're dressed and the way you like talk, you're like, oh, this dude's like white or normal. It was funny. As I was saying the word, I was like saying it as a joke, but also I was like, that's what I was gonna say. That's so fucked up.
You're normal. White.
Oh, it's so funny because I didn't do it as like a joke. I legit said it just talking, but
so fucked up. It's fun. It's a funny joke.
But no, you know what I mean.
It's a funny joke. It's a really funny joke. If you were serious, it'd be funny. But if you were joking, it's funny. But the fact that you're partially serious is even funnier.
Yeah, right? That's fair.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean. It's you can look very Asian.
White.
No, but again, you don't talk like the accent. You're very the way you dress. You have.
I talk normal. White.
You're very normal.
Yeah, I mean,
Asians are the worst.
I've never. Yeah. We're dying. They are killing us, Patrick.
You're not gonna watch it, but if you go back and when you were talking about that, I was trying to hold
laughter.
Yeah, not even because of
that. I want to watch it. I always watch it at least once.
Okay.
But I don't like it. I don't like always hearing myself talk. I mean, I like it, but like, I do it to like make myself better the next time. Okay. Maybe change the way I speak more confidently, or be more funny, or be less like try less hard. All these things like I want to work on, you know, because I want to convey certain things, important things, and in order to convey that, I have to be able to communicate with people as best I can.
That's true.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Where were we at before this?
I don't know. You should take it out of
Squints.
Squints. I was squints for 3 years. And that's why I'm sensitive to that shit, right? That's why I talk about being Asian all the time on stage. Because that's a shit like, I'm like trying so hard to like show people that how ridiculous it is to judge people. Yeah. So based on how
now that I'm looking in your eyes.
Hella squinty. I get it. You know, like I get it. They're really tiny.
I can't not look.
Yeah, I have small and no, that's like a physical feature, right?
Your eyes don't match your head.
My eyes are actually hella far apart.
I'm noticing it right now.
I used to make fun of people with hella far apart eyes, and then one day, like in 2016, I was like, "Oh fuck, it's me." I've been making fun of. It's like making fun of Asian people. I've been Asian the whole time. Fuck.
Wait. You don't not look at me. I mean this in a very nice way. Your face is so weird.
I have a goofy looking face.
No, it's just your eyes are smaller than I thought they were, and now I can't not look at them.
Yeah, my eyes are smaller, far apart. You know, I look.
But you don't like. I guess the way you dress and all that, you're not very Asian-ish. Is that a word? Asian-y.
What does that mean? Like.
You don't have an accent, like Mexican. If you think of that, I think of like someone with the accent, someone with like more grew up in Mexico. Like I'm not very. I'm Mexican, but I don't consider. I'm not very
Mexicans people.
Yeah, I'm not very like.
I get you.
Yeah, and you aren't like that either.
Yes, I would say that. I mean. I would say that because of my age and where I am, like generationally with my parents, they're like immigrants, right? They really held on to the Vietnamese culture, and then there are things I take from the Vietnamese culture for sure, right? And I'm very proud. I'm very very proud of that aspect. You know, could be anything small, like the way we have family dinners. You know what I mean? Like I'll take that with me, importantly, but. I grew up consuming American media, right? Mm-hmm. So that's also a huge reflection of who I am.
What are other ways you have family dinner?
It's like family style, or like for my family.
One big plates or big plates.
There's a lot of sharing, but also for my family, like we pray before we eat, right? Okay. In Vietnamese, in a very specific way. Like, yeah, we will like, but it's like I've never seen it done any other way where. My dad will, the head of the family will start the Our Father. You know, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Like they'll start the Our Father, and then all of us will join in like halfway, or a little bit.
And say the same thing?
We just all chime in together and say the Our Father together. As a
I don't know what the Our Father is, but I'm guessing it's a standard prayer.
I'm not going to do the Vietnamese prayer right now, but that would be...
Oh, okay, so then you all do that, and then... Family style, you do the prayer, no cell phones at the table.
Growing up, we didn't have that many cell phones.
I was gonna ask, you guys have shoes?
We don't have shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're usually shoeless. Yeah.
Okay. But like I thought, I'm like, is that a dumb question?
No, it's not a dumb question. You're good. But see, that's the thing. Like when you say like you're not very Asian-y, right? When you say that shit, that's what I'm trying to like avoid, right? Because there's not enough Asian stories in media, or people don't consume and they don't want to like learn about it. So when they finally meet an Asian person, they act out hella ignorantly, because all the Asian stuff they see is like Bruce Lee and like Jackie Chan and Jet Li, like these, these are dope things.
But we're like, we all don't do karate.
Yeah, it's like seriously, do we actually, But if that's all you see, that's all you're gonna think.
So did you really like what was that movie, Crazy Rich Asians, when it came out?
I liked what it represented. It's funny. I thought it was funny and fun. I mean, there are so many good Asian movies, and I think Crazy Rich Asians, I think it's as important, if not more important in some ways, as any of those Asian movies. Okay. Artistically, it's just a nice rom-com, bro. It's like any other rom-com. Yeah. It's just a chill, I love the element of the Asianness being in there. Yeah. I love that. I suspect that part of me is like, well, if it's really good, I'll take ownership. Like I'm like, yeah, it's really good.
Then you're
yeah,
like,
it's
this
our,
is our
our
people.
movie. Yeah.
Like, well, actually, it wasn't your people.
But they are our people.
The fucking the one that won an award.
Parasite.
Yeah.
That's not my people.
I know that's not Parasite people, but
yeah,
it's Korean, right?
Yeah, it's Korean.
But
everyone,
if they did
everyone loves a Korean. No, I'm just kidding.
But if they did that, they're probably like, yeah, we did, like we won that, like we.
Yeah, if it was an Asian American. I mean, Crazy Rich Asians is unique too, right? It's because they speak in English, primarily, right? Asian American, also like English-speaking Asians.
And the lead being an Asian.
Yeah,
like, with like multiple, like the love interest is Asian man.
Like
Asian.
a big budget Hollywood studio decided, they put money into this, and the returns were crazy.
Yeah.
People like that, man. People like when something is. People like the formula that's familiar to them, but changing out like the scenery. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like why people see the rom-com formula. Oh, I recognize that.
Yeah, we know.
I can
get
behind
guy
that.
With the girl.
Yeah.
Guy messes up. Girl leaves. Guy. Yeah. All that, but they're like.
But then when you start to play with like the core of things, then they're like, nah, we don't really fuck with that.
Okay.
You know.
But if you keep that structure the same, you just
it's familiar.
Change it.
It's nice, right?
Okay.
So that's what I feel like Crazy Rich Asians really tapped into, and I think that's a feat. I think it's really important and it's incredibly impressive. There's no but. That's just period. I really think that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also.
But
but also.
But like Parasite is just a fucking well-crafted film. You know what I mean? It's not Asian Americans. It's Asian. Yeah.
Dope as fuck.
I haven't seen Minari yet. It's another Asian American. It's a Asian movie. I don't know how to explain. It's about a Korean family who grew up on a farm, and they speak.
It sounds pretty boring.
Yeah, you might.
Just. I never heard it.
And then one of them gets bitten by a radioactive spider. And,
What?
Yeah.
No.
Called Spider Wand.
Spider Wand?
Spider Wand. I don't know.
So that was pretty tin.
That's a good name. If it was an Asian American superhero who got bitten by, we call it Spider Wand. I don't. Okay.
Do you think it was an Asian American superhero?
There probably is one that I don't know about. There's probably Asian characters in There definitely Asian characters.
One now that matters.
I don't know enough about. I don't like comics.
If there was one, who would you want it to play?
I wouldn't want to replace another. I don't want to like usurp the identity of one that already exists. Their stories are real and they should exist on their own.
Yeah, but which actor would you want to be the?
Me. I want it to be me every time. My brother. I love my family.
An actor out right now
to play a superhero. There are already Asian superheroes actually. Like Kato.
Kato's not a superhero.
Simu Liu is like an Asian actor, Asian American or Canadian, I'm not sure, and he is playing a Marvel hero, an Asian Marvel hero. I forgot what it is. I don't like any of them.
Kumail or whatever his name.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Nanjiani.
Yeah, I forgot what he's doing.
He's a superhero now.
Yeah. He is.
But he's Indian. He's Pakistani. He's the big sick.
I know, but what Marvel superhero?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't follow the whole Marvel. I wish I knew more. I wish I was more knowledgeable. I actually don't wish. I'm glad I don't know that much.
I'm on your boat too. I don't know the connection with all of them, and I didn't watch Thor 2 or 3.
They're fun movies, man. Yeah. Can we just let them be fun? We don't have to go into the fucking lore.
Yeah, it's just too much of that shit.
Lord of the Rings is, I guess that's how people feel about Lord of the Rings too, right? And I like Lord of the Rings, so it's just as arbitrary.
I watched when I was a kid. I gotta rewatch it.
You haven't seen any of these movies?
No, that one.
We bring it back, huh? We bring it right back.
That one I would say because The Lord of the Rings, The Twin Towers.
Mm-hmm.
I remember vividly being at a theater in downtown Chicago, waiting like 3 hours in line to go watch that movie. Mm-hmm. I do remember that movie, but I don't remember the movie. I remember being there, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, I remember fake memory. Just convinced me. In 1997 exactly, I was in line for Titanic.
Like downtown doesn't even have theaters.
I had never seen a tit before. And my parents did not want me to watch.
But I watched it.
Yeah, I saw it. They didn't know.
No, I did watch it. I don't remember. I just remember the ring part or whatever.
Yeah. The ring part. That's the whole movie. That's all 3 of the movies is the ring part, bro. That's the entire movie. It's like saying Harry Potter. Oh, you know the part where they're doing magic.
You know the wand?
Yeah. You fucking...
Harry Potter, right?
The part where he hit the kid with glasses. That part. That's a good part. I love that part of Harry Potter.
The kid with glasses.
Yeah. He was in it. He was in it.
Well, I wanted to backtrack to this because I told you my insecurity. What was one of yours besides squinting or squid? Because reading out loud is not one. You're pretty confident. You were a teacher.
Yeah.
Then you got fired.
High school. I did not get fired. I decided to pursue stupidly shit that led me to this. That decision is the I didn't get fired. I was offered the opposite. I was offered the job the next year, and I decided not to do it.
That's not what you told me.
You
were sleeping with one.
Sleeping with one of the. No, I would never do that and tell it. Of course, I would never do that. That's wrong.
Well, especially not now. Now you can't. When I release this shit.
There was never a moment. When I taught us when in grad school for my master's education, they would say I have a master's.
You have a master's in education.
I'm just saying that I'm smarter and better than.
How many years is that? 8.
I don't remember. I was blackout drunk the whole time.
Were you really?
We did drink a lot. Teachers drink a lot.
Do teachers show a movie when they're hungover?
Very often, yes.
That's true?
Very often is either your teachers, young teachers, I guess, are hungover, or older teachers are like, this is just a good time for grading. Like, they try to be efficient. Put on a movie. They're going to hopefully absorb something. Some of them will absorb something, which they do.
They're smart. I never thought about that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You're
like, fuck it, there's a movie there, right?
Yeah, when they roll in, I guess I'm older, they roll in the little TV and you're like, oh, it's a movie day, where everyone just gets happy.
Yeah.
God.
How sad is that? How boring is school? Like, how boring is normal school where it's just like the idea of like watching something else is hella exciting.
It was the most exciting.
Yeah.
Every time.
It could have been the most boring bullshit.
It didn't matter. It could have been about bugs and like the freaking.
They really just put
whatever.
They really just put on random shit.
It really would. It's like random shit, and then every time we would be the happiest.
That bug movie.
Dude, we would be the happiest, like, every time, like, oh my god.
It's the useless shit ever. Popping the driving lessons, like these third graders, just fucking throw it on. This is how you drive.
So that's true then. And wait, what grade did you teach?
I taught high school biology, so 9th and 10th grade.
Oh shit, that's like the time when kids are the worst, aren't they? Or like,
I mean, each class has its own personality.
Does any student ever try to fight you, or like?
Yeah, some kid got in my face once. I tried to kick him out.
No, wait, what happened? All right, we gotta recap how this happened.
I forgot how it started, and I was like, I just remembered his name. I'm not gonna say it. I was like, let's call him Andrew.
Let's just call him by his real name.
No, I'm not gonna call him by his real name. I forgot. I don't want to mess it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been this, so I don't want to say the wrong name. Yeah. I was like, dude, you gotta sit down. But he kept getting up and like throwing trash away and like starting shit while I was in the middle of like group work time or whatever time. Like, yo, dude, you gotta sit down. You gotta get to work. And he goes, and he just kept doing it. He didn't listen to me. I was like, hey, if you're not gonna listen to me, you need to get out of my classroom. And I was really pissed. Right? It was like weeks of this student. He's not a bad student, and he would try.
Wouldn't listen.
He just get caught up in the.
He just wanted attention.
Yeah. Well, he's just like. It was like he was not engaged in the content or like the group work or any of it, which is partially my fault.
That's completely your fault, yeah.
Sure. But when sometimes different students disengage differently, right? Some would just like spin their pens. Some would just be hella bored. Some would just start socializing.
Mm-hmm.
Some would just be on their phones, right? Each student notice I'm very, very detailed understanding of this because I witnessed it every single day. I was not a good teacher.
Yeah. Do you? We actually continue. I'll tell you after.
Anyway, so I was like, so when he disengages, he's really excitable. I was like, dude, get out. And then he goes, he's like, you can't talk to me like that. I'm like, I'm serious. If you either shut up or get your ass out of my classroom.
Said that?
Yeah. And he goes, you gonna make me? And he got up in my face, and then
here,
right here, and he's my height a little bit bigger than me, right?
Were you a little bit?
I wasn't scared, bro. I wasn't scared.
You can say it now. It's not gonna
it
doesn't matter now. It's so long ago. If you were scared, you can just say it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, like you're a pussy. It doesn't matter. Like I think if any person got in your face and like, what are you gonna do?
It was either like I decide to fight, or I can like well, like, what's the best way to do this? Like, what's the best case? Like, I'm thinking quick. I'm like, here's why I say I wasn't scared. I'm sure I was scared, and that it like brought in like a fight or flight instinct in me.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, he came up. I'm like, oh shit, something's about to happen. Quick, what's the best thing to do? Like, is it to fight? I have to make this. I'm like, it's literally fight or flight.
Yeah.
So I guess I got scared and I ran away, but that it wasn't. It wasn't like I was running out of the way from him. It was like I knew if I had to stand to him.
Wait, did you physically? Alright, so he
got my face, and he got my face.
Said, "What are you gonna do?" Or what did he say?
Yeah, but he wasn't gonna do anything. Right?
Okay, but what did he say?
He's like, "What you gonna make me, or what are you gonna
do?"
Yeah,
and then what?
And I just went. I didn't push past him, but I walked past him and I opened the door and I was like, "Get out of my classroom, get out, or I'm calling security right now." Yeah. I mean, it was...
And then he just walked out?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. And we had a conference with the vice principal. We talked... His mom came in. Like, it was like a whole...
You talked to his mom?
Yeah,
man. How's that?
She's nice,
The
man.
best revenge would have been fucking his mom. Just so we're all clear. The best revenge for all that, like not fighting. What are you doing? Like, just the mom.
Anyways,
but,
hey, we'll talk. I'll talk about your son real quick.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be around this weekend?
That would have been the best revenge. So then you talked to her. Was she like siding with him or more like with like?
She was really nice, and she was like, she's just trying to do what's best for her son. Right?
Yeah.
Every parent wants, at their core, what's best for their kid.
Yeah.
And we were just like working out a plan and trying to get his grades up and his disruption. He was less disruptive for the rest of the year. It was like a constant fight.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of these stories. You know, I taught for 1 year and I had like 2 classes.
Taught for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just backtrack. You went to school for 8 years. Bachelor's.
Yeah.
Then your
bachelor's is only 2 years.
I thought it was 4.
No, a PhD is 4 usually.
No, I thought your gen eds or whatever. Isn't that 2? Associates is 2.
Associates 2, bachelor's 4, and then.
That's what I just said.
No, but a master's.
Yeah.
A master's
is
is
additional 2.
Yeah.
You said bachelor's. We can go back and look.
Yeah, we can.
You said bachelor's is 2.
I probably said master's. You probably heard bachelor's.
I
kind of talked about masters, so it's possible that we both. I said one thing.
Nah, I'm right.
It's more likely I'm right.
Well, I can't wait to go back and watch it. But we'll
either way, you heard bachelor's.
Either way, it's 4 years for a bachelor's. Mm-hmm. For a master's, it's an additional 2 years after that. Mm-hmm. So at the minimum, bare minimum, you went to school for 6 years.
Yeah, college.
Teach for 1.
Happy. And then long-term stuff. I mean, I was not. I had my classes. I was never a full-time teacher. I never considered myself a full teacher. I dabbled in teaching.
Dabbled. Do you remember what? I think it was me, you, and Zach. Maybe we were at like Chipotle.
Yeah.
And then you told me. What? You don't told me that, but you told me about your master's. I'm like, you said like something about where you're, and I'm like, hey, how's that master's degree treating you? I remember it so clear.
So true, bro.
I remember with Zach. Oh fuck. That's
fine.
True. We're gonna look back when we're big comments.
No, it's a great program, and I made some of my closest friends I ever met in my life.
Well, that's good.
It totally wasn't.
Wait, you met like Sean and all of them through there, right?
No, Sean I met in undergrad. Yeah.
So what does undergrad fall in all this?
That's my bachelor's.
That's your okay.
Yeah.
That's called undergrad? See, I don't
undergraduate degree. Yeah, so there's undergraduate degree and then there's graduate degree. Undergraduate is bachelor's or like AA. That's an undergrad degree.
Okay.
Any degree that you get in your first 2 or 4 years of college.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 to 4. You need 2 to 4. That's undergraduate, and then graduate is anything. It's pretty much graduate is anything after that.
Anything past it.
Yeah.
So you did that. You taught for a year, and then you were just done to follow comedy.
Yeah, comedy, sketch comedy, like sketch. I was really into. I didn't write any sketches.
Did you take classes before it?
I took classes at Ground. I took 2.
Improv or sketch writing?
Improv. I didn't take any sketch writing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to like graduate to that. Is that stupid?
I think you gotta graduate.
You gotta graduate to write sketch, so they can teach you how to write sketches.
Jesus.
That's how it was. I don't know if that's how it is anymore, but I mean, I love them. Every single actor comes out of there is really, really well trained. It's really impressive.
I do like that school. What was your favorite part about teaching, and the thing you hated the most?
My favorite part about teaching, dude, the kids are funny, man. I forgot all the I should have written down all the jokes, but they are so funny. they're really, really, really good kids. And
have you ever thought about doing that and doing stand-up at night, or would that interfere, you think, too much?
I like to commit to things.
Okay, so you don't want to like half-ass teach and then like go do stand-up and care more about that than the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Because I can totally see myself like not caring about like grading, doing my due diligence, putting that aside if I'm being distracted. I can totally see that happening. And now that I'm like trying to full-time do comedy, it's even hard because I know that I had to commit 110% to get like 70% production.
If that.
Yeah.
70 is high.
Yeah. So I'm not as good as I could be or should be. So.
What part do you don't like the most about it?
Comedy or teaching?
Teaching.
Teaching, I didn't like. It's a lot of hard work. I didn't like to have to take it home every day.
Like grading and all that shit?
Yeah, grading and lesson planning.
But you get summers off.
Yeah, you get summers off.
That's good, but then like the whole... Well, you were there, you got one summer off. to be clear, you got one summer off.
But during that time I was going to school. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really get it off. Yeah. Yeah,
the best part is you get summers off. Well, you got one summer off. If that, now I'm learning you didn't get that off. So.
I didn't get that off. I had one more summer. But a lot of teachers do stuff in the summer. Like, a lot of them do teach in the summer. You know what I mean?
But you don't like to have to bring it home with you every day.
Yeah, that's it was weighing on me constantly. Right?
Okay.
So
I can see how annoying that would be.
Yeah.
Because you leave work and like I wouldn't like with a job I'm now if I left work and like I gotta finish up this thing or that thing at home like that'd be shit.
And that's just for me. A lot of people they can do it and they do it well. You know what I mean? All these teachers, I think teachers are fucking amazing. I feel like World War I wasn't in the trenches. You know what I mean? I was like kind of looking at the back. I'm like, oh shit, man, that's crazy.
Just watching like that.
I was still getting some fire, but it wasn't that. I was never really.
That's good with that.
Yeah, it's bad because analogies of war and teaching are very prevalent. It's like it makes teaching look bad. They don't want to have any negative connotations to teaching.
Okay.
Because it's an honor but in reality, people get tired and they're fighting a lot of things every day. Teachers do, So. In some ways, it does feel like a battle. This is so sad. This is the saddest thing I've ever spoken about. My heart is breaking. With every word I say, I'm like weighing myself down. Like,
Just physically start like just.
But that's the reality. And to top it all off, they don't get paid.
Sorry.
I feel so bad.
Yeah, you're like, that's great. Yeah, I did that.
I mean, I applaud, and I couldn't do it, for me personally. I hope I didn't ruin teaching for teachers who are watching this right now. It's like, you know what? He's right.
Yeah,
fuck these kids.
Teaching kind of sucks.
Fuck these kids, bro. Fuck them.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Listening to this podcast, it's like just our next generation gets fucked.
They really do.
This is the problem with having a platform. People take what I say seriously.
Yeah, if you do that, then people are like, you're right, actually. If we had like millions of people listening and they heard like, teaching's like, it's not that great, it kind of sucks. Yeah. People would be like, you know what, it's kind of right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because that's what we're afraid that we would do, get easily influenced. Which is why we're worried about kids playing video games.
Brought it back. Well, I don't have a platform, so we're fine.
This is your mom and
just
my
mom. Just our moms.
It's so true. It's literally just our moms watching this. My aunts and too. Like it's just like, oh my god, they're so nice. This is really.
Oh my god, they're so nice.
They're so nice. What reason would they ever have to watch this whole thing except out of love for us? This content is not relatable to them, bro.
That's so true.
They don't get what we're doing here, bro. But they're so kind. They love us so much. Like, we'll just watch.
Oh man.
Oh man, it's so sad. Our lives are so pathetic. It's really nice.
Yeah. Well, and on a brighter note than you.
I'm so
didn't
hungry
like
right
teaching.
now.
You haven't eaten any food?
I had one apple, one banana today.
Jesus, are you like?
And a bunch of beef jerky.
What is your meal you're trying to eat tonight?
Make some salmon, salad, and some eggs, maybe.
You're like really health tip, like really trying to.
It just takes time. I'm so sad. I'm so depressed.
I'm so sad.
So I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to eat what I want to eat.
Andy, man. Sad episode.
Every episode's gonna be a sad episode. I just want to eat what I want to eat, but the world is like, man, you're fat. You're gonna die. I'm like,
just gonna grill up some veggies.
Okay.
The body's so weak.
My body's so weak. You, man. It's Vietnamese.
Oh, man. We'll end it now so we can play some chess maybe before you go.
Oh my god, if I lose to you too, bro, I'm just kidding. You got me. You got me last time.
I did. I had you on one of my favorite checkmates.
Yeah.
Because you had all my pieces except my rook and my queen.
I was ahead and you came back.
And I just had you with that one. I'm like, checkmate.
Yeah.
And when I said checkmate, I wasn't that confident that it was
checkmate. Yeah, you're like, checkmate.
No, I said it like checkmate, but in my mind I'm like I said that, but that's not. I don't think
you need to question yourself. I have a little confidence.
Yeah, and I got it, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, you got me. That's good. I didn't see it coming at all. I was like, fuck, yeah, dude.
I was happy with that.
Good.
Yeah, I'm down to play some chess before you go.
Yeah, maybe. I might be too high.
Okay, I might be too high. I'll have a twisted tea, and they'll make up for it.
I need some water. Is this episode over? Has it been over? Has it been over? We just.
We're gonna. Has it been over?
Has it been? Did we say goodbye like half an hour ago? I feel like this is some fever talk. This is some random conversation.
Before we started talking about the school shootings.
Yeah, I thought it was. None of this is airing, right? Let's just be clear. This is.
All of this to the very end. I think we're good with right now. And on the teaching thing was sad note, but. The best part of all this, the best part about this, in both our eyes, is we can start a podcast.
Oh my god, I'm so sad.
That's the best part. So for the very least, 10 more episodes, different background. We'll have some type of structure.
Short episodes. We can be like half hour, 15.
Yeah, I don't want to do like legit half an hour. If we do half an hour, but we have like 1 minute of that dumb debate thing back and forth. We clip the dumb why is being drunk and driving, whatever, like the minute of that, like legit just 1 minute, not like go like we do it, alright, start, we do it like for a minute, just so I can clip that thing. That's all I want, to have little dumb shit like that. I'm down for like a 30-minute episode.
Yeah, that's it.
It won't be this long. Alright, it actually has been fun.
Don't be surprised.
It's actually wasn't as sad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I think when you look back in the last minute or so, I think you're gonna see in the video, my eyes start to go like. I got lost in my own head, bro. Alright, it's gonna be good. Anyways.
Also want to go back to the bachelors and masters to see who did that. I don't know why it's fun for me. Yeah. But anyway,
you right.
No, you don't end it. I am my podcast.
Okay, sorry.
Everyone does.
You're probably right. I think you're probably right.
Edit.